Well, it's Thanksgiving once again. I have so much to be thankful for this year, not the least of which is this channel and the awesome followers who make it possible. Seriously, you guys rock. I couldn't do this without you, so thank you.
Last year, I looked at the top 5 media I'm grateful to have found and all the positive effects my favorite shows have had on my life.
This year, in the spirit of my failed attempt at another vlog series, I'll be talking about getting swept up in the media as they happen.
I've said it before and I'll probably say it again, but I don't watch a lot of TV or read a lot of book series right when they're popular. I prefer to watch a show after it's finished, when I can take it in all at once, when the sting of cancellations and terrible finales is less potent.
Still, there is something to be said for the fun of getting caught up in the hype as it happens. So, in the spirit of the season, I'm counting down.
And Mystery Science Theater 3000.
The top 5 media I'm grateful to have enjoyed as they happened.
Turkey Day.
Number 5. Yeah, Gravity Falls isn't over yet. There's still a chance it could go downhill. But you know what? I have high hopes for this show. It doesn't feel like a lot of cartoons that just ramble into perpetuity. It seems to be building to some ultimate conclusion. Gravity Falls is just a breath of fresh air for the Disney Channel. It's been fun from the beginning, with strong storytelling, relatable characters, a certain understanding of pop culture, and a great sense of atmosphere and mystery. Apparently Alex Hirsch originally planned the show to have 3 seasons, one for each month in the summer. Or maybe 2 seasons and a finale movie, although as he says, anything can happen. I sincerely hope Disney honors that because there is definitely value in having an endgame, in telling the story you want to tell and moving on. And for as much wacky hijinks as the show has, there is still an overarching story at work here. This is one of the most engaging cartoons I've ever seen. I may not know where it's going, but I am thoroughly hooked and enjoying the ride.
Awkward sibling hug?
Awkward sibling hug. Pat, pat.
Call Turkey Day.
Number 4. And when I say Pokemon, I mean Pokemon as it was when it came to America in the late 90s. I talked about the Pokemon phenomenon a bit last year, but basically this show was instrumental in helping me get out of my shell when I was young. When Pokemania hit America, I was in my first year of intermediate school and didn't really hang out with most of my elementary school friends. I needed to make new friends, but I was shy and generally not good at initiating conversation. On the first day of school, the girl sitting behind me showed up wearing a Pikachu shirt. I struck up a conversation with her and she became my best friend throughout high school. That wasn't all Pokemon did for me. Kids my age were making plans to go see the movies and getting together to play the games, and these were the kinds of social situations I actually felt comfortable in. No joke, I once attended a Pokemon-themed slumber party. We sang along to the 2BM Master CD and watched the Christmas special on VHS. It was a great night. Pokemon may not be exactly the same franchise I remember it, with its millions of monsters and dozens of series, but if it's still helping socially awkward kids reach out and make friends, then I'm glad it's still going strong.
Call Turkey Day.
Number 3. I discovered Pokemon before my sister did. My sister discovered Digimon first. We started watching the show together, and after a few weeks we were hooked. The Myotismon arc was the most engaging. That to be continued sign was torture every week. I wasn't used to cartoons with an ongoing story, and this show had such a good one. It's one of the few things I loved as a kid that I can still enjoy just as much as an adult. Not only that, but it was just so much fun to experience the show for the first time with my sister. And it was so much fun to revisit it with one of my best friends. Adventure has one of the strongest team dynamics I've ever seen in a kids show. It's a show about family and friendship and love, about overcoming obstacles both fantastic and mundane, and about believing in the power you have to do good.
I'm not sure if we'll ever see them again, but I'm not afraid. It's like just knowing that they love us gives us the power that we need.
Call Turkey Day.
Number 2.
There's no such thing as magic.
This series was 3 books in before I'd even heard of it, but that only meant I had less time to wait for the much-anticipated 4th installment. This series is timeless, just a fun and exciting fantasy world intricate enough to satisfy any geek. What Hogwarts house would you be sorted into is one of the biggest fan phenomenon that's ever existed. In a world increasingly dominated by technology, there was something comforting about the fact that the whole world stopped when a new Harry Potter book came out, going offline to take in Harry's latest adventure. By the way, when the last HP book was released, I swore off the internet while I read so I wouldn't be accidentally spoiled. Not easy for someone like me to do. Aside from being great books, the Harry Potter series spawned one of the most fun fandoms ever, with viral fan creations like Potter Puppet Palace, a Harry Potter musical, and a whole new genre of music, wizard rock. MuggleCast not only got me through some of very stressful times in college, it became an outlet for Harry Potter discussion, a pleasant reassurance that I wasn't alone in thinking so deeply about this fictional universe. Not that I didn't have friends in real life who loved the series. I had a friend who could read book 6 in 2 hours and recall the most insignificant detail about it. When my family went out to dinner, my sister and I would spend the whole time debating whether Snape was good or bad. The Harry Potter books will live forever. I'm so glad they'll be there for future readers, and I'm so glad I got to enjoy the hype as it happened.
Call Turkey Dead.
Number 1. I don't watch a lot of TV. Honestly, I don't enjoy it. I like stories, narratives that have a purpose, a clear beginning, middle, and end, with arcs and character development. Just watching a show week to week gets kind of old for me after a while. So many shows either go on well after they should have ended or end in disappointment. It's rare that a show is around for exactly as long as it needs to be to tell the story it's set out to tell. I don't follow a lot of shows week to week, and most of the time I get into shows only after they've ended. So if there will only ever be one show I watched from the very beginning to the very end, thank goodness it was this one. The promos for this show grabbed my attention like nothing else ever had. This is the only show that I picked up right from the pilot. And after that initial 2-hour special, I was sold. I had never seen a cartoon like this, with a story this strong and characters so relatable. I loved the idea of bending the elements, and the bending itself did not disappoint, in the action or the comedy or however else it was used. This felt like a real, believable world, and it only got better and better. Yeah, book 1 was great, but book 2 blew it out of the water. And book 3 was even better! How many shows do you know that consistently improve as they go along? In his recent Avatar videos, the Nostalgia Critic ranked the series finale as the number 1 episode, a true testament to how perfectly constructed this story was. Avatar is one of the greatest cartoons ever, still one of my favorite shows of all time, and the greatest experience I ever had watching a show as it happened. Though I never was involved in the fandom as much as I was for other shows, I loved seeing the amazing things fans of the show produced. I loved the panels that Mike and Brian held. I loved the resounding outcry in response to the atrocious film adaptation. Also, I think What Kind of Bender Would You Be may be second only to What Hogwarts House Would You Be In as nerdy fan personality quiz sorting goes. This is one of those rare cases where the stars aligned, the story, the crew, the cast, to create something truly wonderful. It's as close to perfection as a show can get, and I will forever be grateful that I was there to see it happen.
Remember this year to be thankful for all the good things in your life. Your family, your friends, and for the shows that help you appreciate the good things in life even more. I'm Eternally Optimistic, wishing you a very happy Thanksgiving.
This is going to be the best Thanksgiving break ever.
Oh, you betcha. I can't wait to get home. Oh, bye-bye, Mr. Schlotsky.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, kids. The bell has rung, school is out, the kids have all gone home.